got it, baby. Hey, one of okay, all right. If you want. Fuse leg or something. These guys, be efficient. Lucas, nice job last game, baby.
And welcome right back inside UC Health Stadium, all set and ready for game number 2 between your Florence Y'alls and the Florence Freedom. Aaron Brody alongside Troy Brody on a beautiful night for baseball at UC Health Stadium. Lars Ligori, the lefty on the mound for the Freedom tonight, and he's rocking and rolling and firing a first pitch fastball that's down and away. The leadoff hitter for the Y'alls, Rodney Tinney. Tinney, the DH, did not play in game 1. Plenty of wheels and the former Alpine Cowboy and a rock star with that team in the Pecos League. The fastball is going to find the outer half. Tinney showed bunt, pulled back, but it's called a strike to even his sequence at 1-1. It's Aaron Brody and Troy Brody with you from the broadcast booth here in Florence, Kentucky. The Freedom taking game 1 of this double dip at UC Health Stadium by the final score of 13-5 about a half hour ago. Tinney will call time and step out of the box in a 1-1 count with the lefty Lars Ligori, who gives Freedom fans nightmares. It was this lefty on the hill for the Freedom tonight that beat the Freedom, going a complete game for the Schaumburg Boomers back in the 2017 FLCS. Tinney with an inside-out swing, grounded a chopper foul past third base. His count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Another 7-inning game in the offing tonight, like the game before it. Doubleheaders around the Frontier League and even in the Battle of the Bourbon Trail here in 2020 will always be 7-inning contests. We do have Freedom skipper Dennis Pelfrey mic'd up with us, his live mic on his lapel down in the third base dugout here at UC Health Stadium, so you might hear him chime in intermittently. Breaking ball from Ligori misses down and away to Tinney, who's now in an even 2 ball and 2 strike count with Ligori. But a complete game gem hurled by this guy on the mound for the Freedom against the Freedom back in the Frontier League Championship Series in 2017 when it was the best of the East versus the best of the West in the championship. Fastball grounded to third base. Chad Sedillo over from first base in this game. Swallowed up the big hop and got the speedy Tinney at first for out number 1.
What is Lars'
Pretty routine there by Sedillo. Nice little short hop, fired across the diamond in time. So a good start for the Freedom here, getting the first guy out, which is always important.
Travis.
In steps Dakota Hunley.
Yeah.
He'll play third base again here in game number 2 when the Y'alls take the field in the bottom half of this frame. First pitch to him.
Ryan.
Looked to be right there, but was a little bit up for ball 1. First pitch at 7:34 Eastern time.
Looks good right there.
1-0 pitch, grounded to short this time. Travis Graves in front, bodies, wears it, and he'll have to swallow it. Put it in his back pocket.
Play ball right here.
Got a tricky in-between hop, took it off the chest, and could not collect and recover in time to have a play at first base with Hunley hustling.
Yeah, that's a play Graves would tell you he needs to make. It was a pretty routine play right at him. Bobbled it, never could find the handle. And when he finally did get the handle, he lost his footing. So just chose to eat that one and not even risk a throw across the diamond. So E6 there to give the Yalls a runner on with 1 out.
Kevin Watley, the new hitter. And it was no mistake. Towel still in the back of the pants. Rocked that same look game 1. Breaking ball is down and dirty for ball number 1 to the 3-hole hitter Watley, who did have a single and an RBI in game number 1, but not enough offense for the Yalls up and down their order in a 13-5 game. The 1-0 pitch on the way from Ligori, shot the other way on a line. This is a fair baseball in trouble, rattling into the corner. Dakota Hunley's on his horse to third base. Brian White will hold him up there. Coasting into second with a stand-up double is Kevin Watley. And much like in game 1, the Yalls swinging the sticks right out of the chute here in the first.
Yeah, I thought for certain there that Hunley was going to be able to score as that ball rattled around the corner in right field, but a nice job in right by the Freedom right fielder to get that ball, A.J. Bumpus, to get that ball back in and keep the runners at second and third. So a great threat here by the Yalls. You got to think they want to get on the board here, Aaron, after getting it handed to them in that first game like they did. Now they got a shot here, second and third in the first inning to get first blood, draw first blood, and get that lead that's so important in a 7-inning game.
Fastball to Jackson Pritchard was outside for ball 1. Brandon Pugh will get the evening off. Usual cleanup hitter. So Jackson Pritchard elevated a notch in the batting order. Here's a fastball from Ligori that's going to find the outer third for a called strike. His count will be 1-1. Same umpire crew from game 1. They're just flipped in their respective positions. Kerry Lyle now behind the plate calling the balls and strikes with Dave Blanchett, his partner on the bases here in game 2. The 1-1 pitch to Pritchard outside for ball number 2 and a 2-1 count to the Yalls catcher. Pretty good pitch from Ligori here in the 2-1 offering, but it was a hair outside. Tough zone early for Kerry Lyle. And the count will be 3 balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, how big is that error now at shortstop? You know, you have a runner on second, 2 out, a whole different complexion than second and third, 1 out. A lot of ways to get a run home right here.
3-1 pitch, good hitters count. Pritchard went after it, but missed it, got underneath. A high fly ball. Playable in right field. A.J. Bumpus sprinting to the spot, makes the catch. Trying to tag and doing so successfully will be Dakota Hunley as Bumpus's throw was offline. Not sure if he was thrown into third or home. It was right smack dab in the middle. But everybody's going to be safe, and the Yalls will have an early 1-0 lead.
Yeah, once he hit that, you knew it was going to get the run home. It was pretty deep in right field, so that's going to score that run that reached on the air for an unearned run. But you're right, hard to tell where he was throwing. That's a pretty good description there. He literally threw it to the catcher, and the catcher caught it right between third and home.
New hitter is Kevin Belsky. He led off in game 1. Now in the 5-hole, he's the left fielder defensively, breaking balls down and away. He'll start 1-0, the advantage on Ligori. The lefty just arriving in Florence today. Immediately thrust right into game action. And a start for the Freedom. 1-0 pitch, bouncing, breaking balls downstairs for ball 2.
It's the old adage in baseball, throw strikes and make plays, right? That's what you got to do. If you make the plays that you should make, chances are you're going to be in the game a very high percentage of the time.
Lefty sets at the belt, and the 2-0 offering is a strike on the outside black. Taking all the way was Belsky in the 2-0 count. A little bit surprising. Best hitters count in baseball, but he didn't want any part.
Yeah, he may have had the straight take on right there. Who knows? You're right. That was hittable.
Big swing and a miss. Will make his count 2-2. So Ligori tries to climb out of this. Y'all's already plating 1, and Kevin Watley 90 feet away. Ligori gets his pitch. Here it comes. Tempting high fastball, but Belsky was disciplined. Started to go, but did not go around. Lefty deals the payoff and walks him. Fastball was in the right-handed batter's box. So runners will be at the edges with 2 outs as Cameron Day Suggs comes to the plate. We might have a Freedom roster and a Y'alls roster for position players, but even these guys are going to wear both uniforms. The pitchers, of course, will pitch for both sides. We knew that, but Cameron Day Suggs, Tyler Fitzgerald, we've seen guys already appearing in both uniforms, and that's the case here. First pitch swinging, and Doug's lines one into center field. That's going to drop for a base hit. Kevin Watley will score. Trying to go first to third is Belsky. He will do so. And advancing to second on the throw to third base is Cameron Day Suggs with good heads-up base running. Runners will be at second and third with 2 outs as a good thing continues for the Y'alls and a 2-run first.
Yeah, that's a little bit sloppy on the defensive side there. That clearly was a base hit, but you can't allow that situation to turn out to be second and third on a base hit. Throwing to the wrong base, throwing ahead of the runner, pulling the cutoff man out of line. Now you're still in a mess here with second and third. But a good start for the Y'alls here. They needed this. We talked about it earlier after having such a lopsided game 1. So often you see game 2 is a little bit of a different story. And here we go, 2 runs in and 2 runners on in scoring position with 2 outs. A chance to really make a statement here in the top of the first.
Already a tremendous answer off the disappointing leader of the doubleheader to come right out, hang a 2 spot, and they're not done yet. 2 more ducks on the pond in scoring position as a breaking ball is buried down and away to Austin Medica. The usual catcher will play first base here in game number 2. The 1-0 late swing on the heater evens the count. Tagore deals the 1-1 and misses badly again in that right-handed batter's box. 2 balls and a strike to Medica. Lefty has the one he wants, and the 2-1 pitch. Good breaking ball, gets a whiff.
Yeah, he pulled the string there, didn't he?
Sure did. The catcher for the Freedom in game number 2, Marshall Rich, back behind the plate. Battery mates with Lars Ligori out there on the hill. Consensus reach between the two, and the 2-2 pitch. Fastball very close, but too far in is the verdict. And another payoff pitch will be upcoming. Time called in the box. Medica steps out. Will go on his watch. Lefty has the 1 and the payoff. Fastball swung on and missed. Medica down on strikes, and the Y'alls are retired in the top of the first, but they do get off to a good start. 2 quick run score. It's a 2-0 game. Y'alls in front as the Freedom come to the plate for the first time in our nightcap. Bottom 1 next at UC Health Stadium on the Florence Y'alls Broadcasting Network.
Bill Cunningham, the great American for the Roar Insurance Agencies. Over the last many years, Alvin Roar at Roar Insurance Agency has handled all my personal and business needs. They are a large and growing national insurance business located right here in Greater Cincinnati. Call the Roar Agency today at 513-985-4200 or go to roarins.com. Call Alvin Roar. Call the Roar Agency today.
At Gentle Touch Grooming, your pet is treated with care and will look beautiful. Give your dog or cat the spa day they need. Gentle Touch offers spa baths, deluxe spa baths, full haircuts, and nail trimmings. Book an appointment today at 859-283-1373. That's 859-283-1373. Gentle Touch will even offer 10% off just for mentioning this ad. They want to see those waggling tails soon at Gentle Touch Grooming.
Hi, I'm Lauren Hobart, president of Dick's Sporting Goods. I know personally how important sports are to our kids. That's why we've been working hard to make it easier for them to play. I invite you to come into our stores or shop us online. You won't believe all the changes that we've made at Dick's. We have more baseball and softball gear than ever before, an incredible selection of top running shoes, and we've got the hottest clubs in golf like the Callaway Epic Flash and TaylorMade M5 and M6. Stop into Dick's today to see all of the great changes we've made.
A good start for the Florence Yalls. They've put that 13-5 loss in Game 1 in the rearview mirror and are immediately out in front 2-0 on the Florence Freedom as we go to the bottom of the first. Feast your eyes on the big lefty Nick Bennett, who makes the start for the Florence Yalls tonight. Got the start on opening day on Friday night in a Yalls uniform when they took on the Lexington Legends. Pitched well. This guy is currently still with the Milwaukee Brewers, and in fact, just last week named a top 30 prospect in their entire farm system. His first pitch fastball is a good one, a called strike. And just like that, he is ahead of Craig Massey, 0-1. It's Massey, Trejo, Cedillo, the do-up trio. 1-2-3 for the Freedom as a heavy fastball misses up for ball one. The 1-1 pitch hits the mitt, called a strike. Massey showed bunt, pulled back, but falls behind anyway. Good breaking ball is going to be down and away. Massey started to go, but checked himself. 2 balls and 2 strikes as Bennett rocks and fires. Breaking ball, lining it the other way is Massey, and this is going to drop in front for a base hit. Kevin Belsky playing that on 1 hop, relaying to second, and Massey a leadoff single for the Freedom.
Just a good piece of hitting there, just guided it into left field and get the Freedom on the base, and when they get on the bases, he gets the running game going, especially when Dennis Pelfrey has guys on with nobody out. One of the most aggressive managers you will find on the bases. Year after year, they're among the leaders in stolen bases, stolen base attempts. We'll see what he does here.
First pitch to Cesar Trejo was a strike on the inner half. Called strike. Jackson, Pritchard, and Bennett come to an agreement, and the 0-1. A chopper, TaylorMade double play ball to second. Watley at the bag to first. You bet. Just what Nick Bennett needed after the leadoff single. A 1-hop chopper to second that had double play written all over it immediately.
Yeah, it did. That's a 4.63 right off the bat. Runner wasn't running either, so that was pretty tailor-made right there. A nice job by Bennett getting the ground ball, and talk about changing the complexion of an inning. Suddenly they're empty with 2 out.
We'll see if Chad Cedillo can extend the frame. Here's the first pitch to him. He shows bunt, trying to push one up the third base line, but it's foul and will be 0-1.
Not a bad idea there with the Yalls third baseman Dakota Hundley playing way over towards short and very deep. Someone can get a bunt down in that direction. As long as you can clear the pitcher, you got a great shot. Challenge is it's very hard to get a bunt down right where you need it to. But it's certainly there for the taking.
0-1, the hammer breaking ball, but it stayed too tall. Taken for ball 1. The 1-1 pitch back to the breaker, and this time it's in the strike zone. 1-2 to Cedillo, who homered not once but twice in game number 1 today, and is now homered in back-to-back games going back to Sunday in Lexington. Good breaking ball from Bennett again, and that froze him. It's called strike 3 on the outside black, and Cedillo wants an explanation. Y'all's look good early. They lead 2-0 and come back to the plate, top 2, right here on the Florence Yalls Broadcasting Network. Who did the Florence Freedom turn to when it was time to upgrade their scoreboard? Atlantic Sign Company. Through their branding expertise, innovation, and passion, Atlantic Sign Company will help you identify your business to your customers in a way that will exceed your expectations. From concept to the completion, their team will be with you every step of the way. Your sign represents you, your company, and your brand. So go where the Florence Freedom went for their scoreboard. Atlantic Sign Company.
Have you ever wondered what heaven tastes like? Today at the ballpark, we are giving you the opportunity to do just that. To delight your taste buds, we present Curd Town deep-fried cheese curds. These golden crispy morsels, with their gooey cheesy center, are the tasty treat that have all of the angels singing. After trying our delicious cheese curds, we can't promise you a halo, but we do guarantee a joyful stomach and a cheesy smile.
Today's game is sponsored in part by Clark Dietrich Building Systems, a military-friendly employer. Clark Dietrich offers a comprehensive lineup of steel construction products and services across the United States and abroad. Using cold-formed steel, we manufacture innovative products for interior framing and finishing, exterior framing, floor and roof framing, as well as clips, connectors, metal lath, barrier mesh, and accessories. For more information, visit our website at www.clarkdietrich.com.
Two 2-0 Florence Y'alls, top two at UC Health Stadium in the nightcap of our doubleheader here in Florence, Kentucky. Aaron Brody and Troy Brody with you. Good start for the Y'alls in this one, plating a pair of runs and sending 7 men to the box to face the lefty Lars Ligori in inning number 1. So they'll get started at 8-9-1. Baker, Spees, Tenney here in frame number 2. Baker in the box now, hits from the right side, facing the lefty Hurler and going after a first pitch fastball, lifting a very high fly ball into shallow left field. Ranging out from short to make the call and the catch is Travis Graves. And Baker is retired for out number 1.
Man, I've always felt that is just such an easier play for the left fielder coming in. That's a tough play for the shortstop to range that far out into left field. He was literally in shallow left when he made that catch. Kind of backpedaling backwards and trying to fight it and find it. I'm thinking he's probably hoping the left fielder just calls him off and takes it. But it didn't happen, and he made the play you got to make.
In steps Blaze Spees. He'll watch a breaking ball skip to home plate for an easy take. But yeah, I'm with you there. That's a really easy play for the left fielder coming in. Can kind of glide and make the catch. But Graves able to make the play in that instance. Here's a good hard ground ball that's fair just inside the bag. Rolling down into the left field corner. Speeds with good wheels is going to be satisfied with a stand-up double. He kept that rocket shot ground ball about 6 inches from third base, staying fair the whole way down on the UC Health Stadium turf. And the Y'alls have another runner in scoring position with less than 2 outs.
Yeah, great piece of hitting by Speeds there. Just shot a rocket on the ground, barely fair. Left-handed hitter just kind of took the pitch, or the ball where it was pitched, and rattled it around in the corner. And they're swinging the sticks good coming off of a tough game 1. They're making an early statement here.
Already back to their leadoff hitter and Rodney Tenney, who grounded out to third his first time up. Freedom will play in on the edges with Tenney in the box. They know he likes to bunt his way aboard. He'll swing away at a first pitch fastball and send it out of play down the line and left. 0-1, the count on the leadoff hitter, Rodney Tenney.
Yeah, it's an interesting defensive alignment. In at the corners that far. Regular depth up the middle with 1 out early in the game. Not a lot of teams will play in like that. It does give the advantage a bit to the hitter.
Ligori deals the 0-1, splits the plate. 1-1. Or excuse me, 0-2.
The balls and strikes guys haven't been our best friends today.
For me, just knowing the way the game of baseball works, strikes go second. Long looking for the sign, and Liguori has the one he wants, but time will be called again by Rodney Tinney. Maybe a little bit of a cat and mouse game going on between Liguori and Tinney. Been about 30 minutes since the last pitch.
I mean, Tinney is just stepping out. I mean,
each wanting to go on their time.
Flashback to Mark Hargrove, the human rain delay.
0-2 pitch, chopped towards first. It's going to be handled by Danzero at second. Easy flip 5 feet away as Cesar Trejo had the foot on the bag for out number 2.
Well, that'll get the runner over to third. The Freedom obviously will take that, give up a out for 90 feet, 2 outs now. So I guess you'd call that a productive out, right? You move the runner up.
Sure, absolutely.
Do your job.
Dakota Hundley will watch a first pitch breaking ball for ball 1.
It's one of those commandments we had on the wall in the dugout all those years with hitting, right? Swinging a good pitch, hit it hard, do your job.
Words to live by. The 1-0. Big whiff at a breaking ball. Liguori's got a good one of those. The problem for him in the early goings today has been spotting it in the zone. Didn't matter in that instance as Hundley took a big swing and a miss. And it'll be Hundley's turn to call time and step out on Liguori, who must be quick pitching, at least as far as the Y'all's hitters are concerned down there.
See Hundley breaking out the Y'all's shorts again for game 2.
Hard ground ball played on a backhand at first by Trejo. Liguori late getting to the bag, and Trejo's flip was too far out in front, now rolling towards the dugout. Scoring from third is Spies, and now standing at second is Dakota Hundley. You talked about it earlier. A lot of sloppiness defensively for the Freedom here in the early stages of this game, and that's just another perfect example of it. Liguori was late getting to first base on the PFP, and that flip from Trejo was too far out in front.
Yeah, and I thought from the very beginning, all the world, that Trejo just could have taken that himself. He backhanded that ball, like took a step to his right playing first base. He's a right-handed first baseman. That was a ground ball, backhanded it. I'm thinking just sprint to the bag, you win that race. Why try to flip it to the pitcher who was late getting there anyway? And then the ball arrived at the same time as the runner, and all heck broke loose from there.
Kevin Watley gets a breaking ball on the first pitch. It was there at the knees and looked to be right down the middle, 0-1. So Hundley's been a hex on the Freedom. It's been him that has reached each of the first 2 times on miscues defensively. Hard ground ball back up the box into center field, a base hit. Hundley rounds third. There will be no contest at home. Make it 4-0 Freedom. They've hung 2 in back-to-back at bats, and now they're out in front on Florence.
Yeah, just a hot shot rocket right back through the box on the ground. So it was a base hit right off the bat. Actually went right over the bag at second and rolled into center field. No chance to throw out Dakota Hundley at home. So, yeah, here we go. 4 runs I've got now? Yeah, 4 runs for the Y'alls in an inning and 2/3.
Jackson Pritchard in the box now. Going after a first pitch, attacking and fouling it back to the backstop. Pritchard, a sac fly and an RBI already in this one. And for Kevin Watley, that's already a double and a single in 2 innings. For him, a perfect 2 for 2. As he continues to rake in that 3-hole. Another swing from Pritchard on the second offering from Liguori. And another foul ball. It's quickly 0-2 on the Y'alls catcher.
Good start to this game for Watley, a double. A run scored and a single, so he's a quick 2 for 2.
Now the 0-2 to Pritchard. Called strike 3, no argument. I think Pritchard was expecting off speed, got the heat, and it was on the black. But another 2-spot hung for the Florence Y'alls. They lead the Florence Freedom 4-0 as we head to the bottom of the second at UC Health Stadium on the Florence Y'alls Broadcasting Network.
Can't carry a bowling ball in a plastic bag. Can't rub plastic bags together to make fire. Can't turn them into swim trunks. And you can't put plastic bags in your Rumpke recycling container. Visit Rumpke.com for recycling do's and don'ts. Learn more at Rumpke.com.
Make your recycling count. Rumpke.
Hey, Freedom fans, let's play a game of Did You Know, courtesy of Life Center. Did you know organ and tissue donation is life-saving and life-changing for thousands of people? How about that more than 600 people in greater Cincinnati are waiting for a life-saving organ transplant? You can change someone's life with a simple yes when you go to renew your driver's license or state ID. Say yes and register to be a donor. Visit lifepassidon.org for more information or to register online. Life, pass it on.
Florence Freedom fans, Walt Kelsey here for Kelsey Chevrolet on Route 50 in Lawrenceburg, proud sponsor of your Florence Freedom. We're just 15 minutes from Florence. Take 275 west to the Lawrenceburg exit. We can handle all your automotive needs. Sales, service, parts, and body shop. We are family owned and operated, and we offer a fresh approach. We'll treat you like family. Find new roads at KelseyChev.com.
We are Kelsey Chevrolet, from our family to yours.
Some early support for the lefty Nick Bennett. His Florence Yalls have given him 4 runs in their first 2 at-bats, and they lead the Florence Freedom 4-zip. Still in the early goings, bottom 2 at UC Health Stadium, but just playing 7. Aaron Brody and Troy Brody with you from the broadcast booth, and hard to drop a much better start for the Yalls in this one, given the 13-5 defeat they suffered in Game 1.
Yeah, you lose by 8, you get beat 13-5, give up 6 home runs, and it's easy to kind of have your dauber down a little bit going into Game 2, but you got to think, hey, they want to fight their tail off here and get a split. They got a tough opponent on the mound, so it's nice to have 4 runs. They're all unearned runs right now. 2 unearned runs in the first, 2 unearned runs in the second, but hey, they'll take it. They've got 4 on the board to nothing, and they've out-hit the Freedom so far 4-1. But like you say, it's early, 7-inning game. Here we are in the 2nd inning, so.
And that A.J. Bumpus' spot in the batting order. It's the 4-hole. Nick Bennett faced the minimum in inning number 1. His first pitch at the bottom of the 2nd was a fastball that was too far out. And it's 1-0 to Bumpus, and right back to work is Bennett. 1-0 pitch is lifted to left. Should be routine and playable for Belsky, and it is for out number 1.
Sun coming out really demonstrating right now. The sun part of the park is right field. It's always been the right field position that's going to have to battle that sun, and it's in full force and full effect right now. Cameron Day Suggs out in right field, using his hand, using his glove, just trying to find a way to block it out.
First pitch fastball looked to be right there on the outside black to Johnny Knight, the 4th, but it was ruled a bit wide. So Kerry Lyle's strike zone still tight here in the 2nd. And it's 1-0 to a power hitter in Knight. Takes a little off, change up. This time it was in the zone, working away from the powerful righty. And the count's 1-1. Good breaking ball. Knight started to go, but was able to check himself. 2 balls and 1 strike. Bennett rocks and fires the 2-1. Down and in. Now the 3-1. Hard rocket shot, 1 hopper that's going to skip past Dakota Hundley at 3rd and into left field. That's going to be a base hit. Knight hit it on the nose. Tough play. Benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, he just hit a rocket into left field. It was past the 3rd baseman, Dakota Hundley, before he even came out of his creeper steps there. That was just a rocket, just got past him. I think his body language would tell you he feels like he should have made that play. The way he's acting out there at 3rd base, showing a little bit of frustration, but that, I totally agree there, to score that a base hit.
Swinging away is Danzero, and he's got another base knock. He loves to go after that first pitch. And when you're hitting about 600, nobody's going to tell you otherwise. Danzero picking on the first pitch fastball and singling to left. Runners now at first and second with one out as the Freedom try to mount a mini rally on Nick Bennett.
Yeah, Danzero coming off of a 2 for 4 in the first game with a home run, a single, and 2 runs scored, and picking up where he left off.
How about some of the guys that O'Brien Danzero's gotten base knocks facing here in the last week? From a guy that was playing pro in the Pecos League, he's now gotten base hits off Zach Logan, Nick Bennett. Fastballs up and away to Austin Riggins, who showed his power in game number 1 with a multi-homer game. 2 homers. Watched a fastball sail wide of the zone on pitch number 1, and here comes pitch 2. Swinging away, fouling it back to the screen to even the sequence at 1.
Yeah, Riggins was hitting in the 8 hole in the first game and hits 2 home runs, and his reward is moving up to the 7 hole, right?
There you go. It's a promotion.
It's a promotion. I'm moving you up 1 notch.
When you got the murderer's row that Pelf's got in that Freedom batting order, it's going to be hard to move up beyond that regardless of how he swings it. 1-1 pitch. No doubt. Strike. 1-2.
Well, he's popping the mitt tonight.
He sure is. I'm looking forward to getting that radar gun working and operational here at UC Health Stadium. And it's usually anywhere from 88 to 92. 1-2 pitch. Runners take off. Pritchard's going to come up, fire to second. His throw is high. It's going to go into center, and that's going to allow 1 run to score. Johnny Knight, the 4th, touches home. And it's a 4-1 game with Danzero following Knight's lead in the 3rd.
Yeah, Knight just took off to steal the base, and on the throw down, it went into center field, so it allowed everybody to advance a run to score, and Danzero to scamper to 3rd.
Still Riggins in the box in a 2-2 count with 1 out. Here's the pitch. Going the other way with a line drive to right. This is going to drop in for a base hit. Danzero will score. And just like that, the Freedom have scored twice, cut their deficit in half. It's 4-2.
Yeah, just chipping away after a fly ball to left to start the inning. 3 straight singles. And suddenly you've cut the lead in half.
How about Austin Riggins figuring it out? New hitters Travis Graves. Riggins takes off on the first pitch, but he'll have to go back as Graves sends a foul ball into the Y'all's first base dugout. But Graves was 0 for his first 9 with 8 strikeouts. And since then, he's got 3 hits, 2 homers, a 3-run shot and a 2-run shot. Now this RBI single. He has just completely turned it around. Bennett will pick to first base, but Riggins saw that move coming. Back in plenty of time.
Well, you look at these new uniforms, Aaron, and the color scheme for the Y'alls, and you can't help but think maybe, I don't know, a lot of teams bring to mind Minnesota Twins. I'm wondering if, you know.
Good move from Bennett. He's got Riggins picked. Throw to second base is going to be in plenty of time. The pick was to first. It was Medica then to Watley, and Riggins is out number 2 on the base paths.
Yeah, that's the danger of having a lefty on the mound. He's going to make that snap throw to first, and that's what they did. So, note to self, when you're on base facing this guy, be wary of that move.
Count is 0-1 on Travis Graves, and here is the 0-1. Tall fastball for ball 1.
So the Powder Blues are kind of, you know, popular. I still see old Minnesota Twins. I'm wondering if I see Kirby Puckett out there somewhere.
I think of old Cardinals, and I think of good breaking ball this time. Bennett finds the zone on the inner half for a called strike. It's 1-2 now. But the throwback Cardinals and, of course, the throwback Phillies as well had the Powder Blues. Blue and red, and, of course, the Expos in more modern times. Fastballs up 2 balls and 2 strikes to Graves. But if I had to pick who they're most like, I'd probably go with the throwback Cardinals look, since they have the kind of the candy striping around the sleeves.
Yeah, they do, and that red on the bill.
Breaking ball frozen. Graves caught looking for out number 3, but the Freedom do their job still in the early stages, and they trim their deficit by 2. 4-2 game. Y'all's in front. We head to the third next in Florence on the Florence Y'alls Broadcasting Network.
Chris Collinsworth here. Western and Southern can help you translate your financial needs. Start with a free, no-obligation insurance checkup. It doesn't take long, and it's a great way to find out how to protect your family's future. Talk to a financial translator today.
Call our Northern Kentucky office at 859-426-3300. That's 859-426-3300 for your free, no-obligation review.
Compensated endorser, Western and Southern Financial Group, Cincinnati, Ohio, R5-1307.
BRG is locally owned and operated, so we take pride in our community you choose to call home. With spacious floor plans, neighborhoods that complement your lifestyle, pet-friendly communities, 24-hour emergency maintenance, the amenities are endless. Come home to BRG Apartments. With communities located in Cincinnati and Dayton, Ohio, as well as in Northern Kentucky, we have something for everyone. Finding your new home is as easy as BRG.
It's not just a truck. It's a way of life. It's who you are. It's proud, free, wild. It's a brotherhood. The Brotherhood of Tacoma. For over 50 years, Toyota has built the best, most durable, go-anywhere, do-anything trucks money can buy. That's the Toyota Tacoma. The truck that feels like it was built for you. Because it is. Built in the USA. Welcome to the Brotherhood. Find out more at your Toyota dealer or buy at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
So Lars Ligori in his first appearance will just go 2 innings. We'll wrap up his final line, have that for you here in the top of the third inning. Score is 4-2. Y'all's in front of the Freedom, and the new pitcher on the mound, the right-hander who got off to a fantastic start in a Y'all's uniform on Friday night, the man out of Ball State, Nick Floyd. Floyd stands at 6'2", 205 pounds, out of Elkhart, Indiana. Had originally signed on to play in the American Association for Greg Taggart, Dennis Pelfrey's mentor in coaching, and the guy that gave him his first coaching opportunity with that same club, the Gary South Shore Railcats, but is now surfaced in Florence for the Battle of the Bourbon Trail and looked fantastic. It was him who got the win in the first in Florence Y'all's history back on Friday night. Kevin Belsky, the hitter for the Y'alls. Floyd does not bother with a windup, always from the stretch. In his first pitch, good fastball, swung on and missed. Belsky behind 0-1. Rich will set up in for the 0-1. Here it is. Fastball was out, and it's 1-1. Some tough luck for Lars Ligori in his first appearance in a Freedom uniform. Went 2 innings, allowed 4 hits and 4 runs, but all unearned. No earned runs. 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. Here's a swing and a BB to right, sinking fast. Bumpus has to play it on a bounce. Belsky has a base hit to start the third.
Yeah, just shot a little flare out into short right field, and it dropped. Wasn't quite certain if it was going to be catchable or not, and just kind of fell right in between.
Base hit will bring up Cameron Day Suggs, who made a lot of friends in that Y'alls first base dugout after his first at bat with the Y'alls this season, an RBI single back in the first. He'll watch a wild fastball sail wide of the mark for a 1-0 start. Time called in the box. Suggs will step out. Good fastball, gets a whiff. Counts 1-1.
Yeah, mighty rip by Suggs there, and he turns around and looks at the home plate umpire, Dave Blanchett, and said, "Was that a strike?" He said, "Yes, it was." Like he just swung right under it.
Quick pick to first, but Belsky's back with the dive. So I told you Floyd got the win in the first in Y'all's history on Friday night. He went 2 innings, excuse me, he went 1 inning that night, but struck out 2. Allowed no hits, no walks. And his first taste of pro action, the 1-1, popped up on the infield, right in the middle of it. Travis Graves from short will make the call on the catch. 1 away.
Boy, I was looking at Belsky out there, and he just had a huge lead at first base. I'm thinking, you know, he may try to go. He didn't. And it's a good thing he didn't, because pop up on the infield would have, you know, created the scenario where you got to slam on the brakes and head back to first. Likely would have made it in time because it was just hit so high. But they are getting big leads at first base. Another runner that's got a foot, you know, beyond the cutout. That's a lead you got to throw over.
He will deliver home instead. A first pitch fastball that was on the outside corner to Austin Medica. Medica still looking for that elusive second hit. Doubled in his third at bat with the Y'alls back on opening day, but is 0 for since. So swing and a miss here at off speed from Floyd. And when you're struggling, it seems like you're always in an 0-2 count. And that's the case here again for Medica.
Well, how true is that? You're in a funk and you get down 0-2. Such a big difference in 2-0 to 0-2 as a hitter, as you know.
Oh, yeah.
Completely at the pitcher's mercy at this point.
0-2 pitch. High fastball at the shoulders. Yeah, I know all too well. That's why I pitched in college.
Kind of turns into survive in advance when you're 0-2. Just anything. To get
Fighting everything off.
Fight it off. Just get it back to even. And
protect if it's close.
Yep.
1-2. Good take. Just off the outer edge. And now he's even.
Well, he battled back. He's halfway home here. So whose advantage is it here? 2-2. Still probably pitcher because you got 1 to play with.
Well, they call it an even count, and I think it's even on the advantage. But yeah, the pitcher still has a ball to play with. Fastball is fouled back to the screen. You'll see guys that don't have the utmost confidence in the off-speed just fail to ever throw it in a full count, but they still might 2-2. So as a batter, you're not sitting pretty or dead red on a predictable fastball.
Yep.
So I guess I would give the slight edge to the pitcher. You're right.
After harshly correcting me that it's an even count.
Changeup swung on and missed. Medica will be down on strikes.
As soon as I said that, I wanted to pull it back. Well, they do say it's even at 2-2. Why would I ask whose advantage it is? But I still am with you. I still think at 2-2 it's still advantage pitcher. But it's minor. We've come full circle in that whole conversation.
Y'alls are to the 8 hole in their order, and Will Baker, the man at first base, and 2 outs. Top 3 in a 4-2 game. The Y'alls lead, trying to split the day with the Florence Freedom. The Floyd will pick to first. Nothing doing. Righty has the one he wants, and the pitch hammered to left field, a base hit. Station-to-station advancement. Runners will be at first and second with 2 outs, but Will Baker does his job, hands the bat to the next guy, extends the threat. And a hot hitter will step in, and Blaze Spees, who's already made an impact in his first day in a Y'alls uniform. A double and a run scored back in the second. And got a base hit in his first at bat with Florence earlier today in game 1.
And just to tie a bow around that bat by Will Baker, we were joking about who's got the advantage. He came back from 0-2 just to rip a base hit to left field. So
first pitch swinging, Blaze hits one on the screws to straightaway center, but wrong part of the ballpark. Austin Riggins will track this down and make the catch for out number 3. So Spees stings it, but gets nothing to show for it, and neither do the Y'alls in the third. They build a threat, but fail to scratch across a run. They'll hold on to this 4-2 advantage as we come to the bottom of the third at UC Health Stadium. You're listening to Florence Freedom Baseball on the Florence Y'alls Broadcasting Network.
Hi, I'm Lauren Hobart, president of Dick's Sporting Goods. I know personally how important sports are to our kids. That's why we've been working hard to make it easier for them to play. I invite you to come into our stores or shop us online. You won't believe all the changes that we've made at Dick's. We have more baseball and softball gear than ever before, an incredible selection of top running shoes, and we've got the hottest clubs in golf like the Callaway Epic Flash and TaylorMade M5 and M6. Stop into Dick's today to see all of the great changes we've made.
Substation 2 has been bringing Florence the freshest food at the lowest prices since 1981. You've tried the rest, now come taste the best fresh sliced sub sandwiches anywhere. Substation 2 was voted the best sub sandwich in Northern Kentucky by Northern Kentucky Magazine in 2016. Let Substation cater your next event. Give us a call at 859-371-9490 or come visit us at 7905 Dream Street in Florence. Substation 2, quality at a price you can afford.
Can't carry a bowling ball in a plastic bag. Can't rub plastic bags together to make fire. Can't turn them into swim trunks. And you can't put plastic bags in your Rumpke recycling container. Visit Rumpke.com for recycling do's and don'ts. Learn more at Rumpke.com.
Make your recycling count. Rumpke.
On to the bottom of the third in a 4-2 game. The Florence Y'alls leading the Florence Freedom. Aaron Brody and Troy Brody with you from UC Health Stadium as Nick Bennett toes the slab again. He'll face the 9-1-2 hitters for the Freedom. As a fastball misses above the belt of the leadoff man in the frame, Marshall Rich, who will roll the lineup over in the 9-hole before it's back to Craig Massey and Cesar Trejo. Good pitch. Looked to be the change from Bennett. Squeezing the outside corner. Pitch on the way, and a heavy fastball misses out. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Right back to work is the lefty. Here's the pitch. Down and away for ball 3. (3-1) to Marshall Rich. No doubt. At the knees, right down the middle. And it's a full count. Bennett getting the opening day start for the Y'alls on Friday. Went 3 2/3. Payoff is down. And that is going to be a walk of the leadoff variety for Marshall Rich. As the lineup rolls over to Massey, there will be a runner at first base and nobody out.
We were talking last game about the leadoff walks. There it is again, right?
No doubt, leadoff walks, 2-out walks, those are the ones that always seemingly come around to score. Massey 1 for 1 with a single today. He'll back away from an inside 2-seam fastball that was too far in. Pritchard sets up out for the 1-0. Here it is. Good fastball, foul tipped and squeezed behind the plate by Pritchard. Counts 1-1. The rest of Bennett's line from Friday, he allowed 2 hits, 1 run. It was earned, walked 2, and struck out 4. Entering today with a 2.45 ERA. The 1-1 pitch. Change is too far out. Massey ahead, 2 balls, 1 strike. Pitch on the way. Shooting it foul was Massey. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The man at first, nobody out. Bottom 3 in a 4-2 game. Y'all's in front on the Florence Y'all's Broadcasting Network. Bennett working from the third base side of the rubber, sets and fires the 2-2 and gets a whiff. Strikes him out. Good answer after the walk. Retires Massey on strikes for the first out of the frame.
Yeah, if you're going to walk the leadoff guy, not a bad idea to come back and just strike out number 2.
Brings up Cesar Trejo, who's 0 for 1, grounding into a 4-6-3 double play after the Massey single in the bottom of the first. First pitch on the way to Trejo. He wants it. It's a lazy fly ball, shallow in right field. Should be playable for the second baseman, Baker, and it is. He makes the catch. Trejo is out number 2. Chad Sedillo digs in. First pitch, down and away. Runner takes off and will swipe second base successfully. Marshall Rich may be a catcher, but he's not afraid to swipe a bag. Turned out to be a perfect pitch to go on. Off speed, down and away on the first offering to Chad Sedillo. Bought him a little extra time. So he stands at scoring position with a 1-0 count on Chad Sedillo. Fastball is too far in. Dangerous 3-hole. Can pick his pitch. 2-0.
Yeah, dangerous indeed with 2 home runs and a walk in the last game.
2-0. Breaking balls, chopped to first. Easy play for Medica. Shoulder high on the 1-hopper, and he steps on the bag, taking care of the out himself. We move to inning number 4. Nick Bennett and the Y'alls on cruise control. They lead the Florence Freedom 4-2 on the Florence Y'alls Broadcasting Network.
Have you ever wondered what heaven tastes like? Today at the ballpark, we are giving you the opportunity to do just that. To delight your taste buds, we present Curd Town deep-fried cheese curds. These golden crispy morsels, with their gooey cheesy center, are the tasty treat that have all of the angels singing. After trying our delicious cheese curds, we can't promise you a halo, but we do guarantee a joyful stomach and a cheesy smile.
Today's game is sponsored in part by Clark Dietrich Building Systems, a military-friendly employer. Clark Dietrich offers a comprehensive lineup of steel construction products and services across the United States and abroad. Using cold-formed steel, we manufacture innovative products for interior framing and finishing, exterior framing, floor and roof framing, as well as clips, connectors, metal lath, barrier mesh, and accessories. For more information, visit our website at www.clarkdietrich.com.
Bill Cunningham, the great American for the Roar Insurance Agencies. Over the last many years, Alvin Roar at Roar Insurance Agency has handled all my personal and business needs. They are a large and growing national insurance business located right here in Greater Cincinnati. Call the Roar Agency today at 513-985-4200 or go to roarins.com. Call Alvin Roar. Call the Roar Agency today.
Y'alls leading the Freedom 4-2 as we go to the top of the 4th. in the nightcap of our doubleheader, and the first doubleheader of the 2020 Battle of the Bourbon Trail here in Florence, Kentucky. Aaron Brody and Troy Brody with you as I hand the reins of the play-by-play over to my broadcast partner, Troy Brody.
Thank you, Aaron. Hi, everybody. Here come the Y'alls in the fourth inning. They are currently leading right now 4-2. Y'alls got 2 in the first, 2 in the second, nothing doing in the third. They've got 4 runs on 6 hits. And they'll send the top of the batting order to the plate here. Rodney Tenney, Dakota Hunley, and Kevin Watley to face right-hander Nick Floyd. Floyd, as Aaron said, always working from the stretch. First pitch is a fastball lined into center field, and Austin Riggins comes in and makes the play. Score that a line drive to center, L8 for those of you keeping score at home. So 1 pitch, 1 out for Nick Floyd. That'll bring up the third baseman, Dakota Hunley. He's reached on an error by the shortstop and an error by the first baseman, so 0 for 2, but he does have 2 runs scored tonight after having 2 hits in game 1. He was 2 for 4 in game 1 with a single in both the first and the third innings. Here's the pitch, fastball, shot fouling out of play down the right field line. 0-1 the count, 4-2 in favor of the Y'alls here in game 2 of a doubleheader. Game 1 was all Freedom by a score of 13-5. Y'alls hoping for a split. Freedom hoping for a sweep. There's the pitch, ground ball right back up the middle. A nice play on the mound by Nick Floyd. Leap to bring it down, lob over to first to retire Hunley. That's a nice play. They always say pitchers are athletes and you need to field your position. That was well hit, kind of one bounce, and he skied in the air to bring it down. Once he brought it down, you knew he had the out at first. So we'll score that one 1-3 for 2 outs for Watley. Kevin Watley, the Y'all shortstop here in game 2, doubled and scored in the first and singled in the second. Here he is, his third at bat already in the 4th inning. Floyd leans in, looks for a sign, finally has the one he wants. Hesitation, here's the pitch, bunted, and bunted foul back to the screen. So 0-1 to the Y'all shortstop. Beautiful night for baseball. 75 degrees at the start of game 1. It's probably closer to 70 now, so it's about picture perfect for baseball here. Watley steps out, calls time, got something in his eye. But whatever it was, he's got it out of the way and he's back in the box. 2 out, nobody on. Floyd has a sign, pitch, fastball fouled back to the screen. That's a good swing. 0-2 the count to Watley. Everybody playing pretty much just straight up, very deep at short, very deep at second. Pretty customary. You see teams take that approach with 2 out, nobody on these turf fields. Fastball in the dirt, off the plate, 1-2. It's a fast track, so the deeper you're playing on the infield, the easier chance you have to have the angle and make the play. Outfield pretty much straight up for the number 3 hitter. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Floyd's got the sign, pitch, fastball up too high, about the letters. 2-2. So we got 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Freedom leading, the Y'alls leading 4-2. Here's a 2-2 pitch, fastball, a little bit low. Guess you'd say over but low. It's going to run the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody on, and 2 outs here at UC Health Stadium. Floyd's working pretty quick. He's already got the one he wants. Comes set at the belt. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, strike three. Just froze him in his tracks right on the outside corner. Excellent pitch there by Nick Floyd. So he retires the side 1-2-3 with a line drive to center. A comebacker to the mound and a strikeout. Nothing doing for the Yalls in the top of the fourth. Here come the Freedom in the bottom with the score 4-2 Yalls at UC Health Stadium.
Chris Collinsworth here. Western and Southern can help you translate your financial needs. Start with a free, no-obligation insurance checkup. It doesn't take long, and it's a great way to find out how to protect your family's future. Talk to a financial translator today.
Call our Northern Kentucky office at 859-426-3300. That's 859-426-3300 for your free, no-obligation review.
Compensated endorser, Western and Southern Financial Group, Cincinnati, Ohio, R5-1307.
At Gentle Touch Grooming, your pet is treated with care and will look beautiful. Give your dog or cat the spa day they need. Gentle Touch offers spa baths, deluxe spa baths, full haircuts, and nail trimmings. Book an appointment today at 859-283-1373. That's 859-283-1373. Gentle Touch will even offer 10% off just for mentioning this ad. They want to see those waggling tails soon at Gentle Touch Grooming. Hey Freedom fans, let's play a game of Did You Know, courtesy of Life Center. Did you know organ and tissue donation is life-saving and life-changing for thousands of people? How about that more than 600 people in greater Cincinnati are waiting for a life-saving organ transplant? You can change someone's life with a simple yes when you go to renew your driver's license or state ID. Say yes and register to be a donor. Visit lifepassidon.org for more information or to register online. Life, pass it on.
Here we go, bottom of the fourth. Nick Bennett back on the mound for the Yalls. He'll face A.J. Bumpus, Johnny Knight the fourth, and Brian Danzero, the 4, 5, 6 hitters for the Florence Freedom. Yalls 2 in the first, 2 in the second. For their 4 runs, the Freedom got 2 in the second. So we got a 4-2 ball game here in the bottom of the fourth in a 7-inning contest. So we're reaching that middle portion of the game, with the game still in doubt. Bennett working on the third base side of the mound. He winds. First pitch just off the outside corner. Ball 1 to Bumpus. Bumpus flew to left in the second inning, leading off. And here he is leading off another inning. So he's your cleanup hitter leading off 2 innings tonight. Second pitch is a strike on the outside edge. 1 ball, 1 strike to the Freedom right fielder. Bennett looking in, has the one he wants. Here's the wind, the pitch, great curveball, ground ball to first base, fielded cleanly by Medica, slides into first base. Actually just made the play, sprinted to the bag, and just decided to do a slide like he was stealing a bag there. I guess pretty smart to avoid a collision with the runner. Just go ahead and slide and stay out of harm's way. At any rate, that'll get it done. 3 unassisted. The leadoff hitter retired. And that'll bring up the left fielder, Johnny Knight. Singled and scored in the second inning. In the inning the Freedom scored their 2 runs. Pretty stockily built right-handed hitter, ground ball to right side, back to Medica again. He's going to take that one himself, so he's just going to play defense all by himself here. Gets the first 2 hitters, 3 unassisted. That one the more conventional. I think I'll just go ahead and jog to first base and tap the base. Not quite as dramatic as his first one where he slid into first and got the out. As I appear to be amusing the people in the press box right here with that ridiculous commentary. Brian Danzero steps to the plate. He singled and scored in the second inning. What a start to the season this young man's had. He can play infield, he can play outfield. Ran into him before the game and talked to him, and he was pretty excited about tonight. Hammer down the left field line. Is it going to stay fair? No, it's not. Boy, that was just a rocket right down the line. Hit off the barrier in the foul territory and shot back into play, but pretty good hack there by Danzero. He's played a good second base tonight, hitting the ball hard.
Yeah, you saw him at the gas station right in front of the UC Health Stadium parking lot, didn't you?
Yeah, I stopped in to get me some Gatorade or whatever to bring up here in the booth, and he was in line, arm full of Gatorades and bottles of water for himself. Bennett Wines, what did that hit him or not? It almost did. It was inside. Looks like he got out of the way. Avoided near disaster. So it's 2-1 the count to D'Angelo, the Freedom second baseman. But yeah, I saw him before the game getting all ready, and he had a lot of energy. Ground ball to third, fielded by Hundley, fires across the diamond in time, makes the play. So 3 up, 3 down for Nick Bennett. Just a nice showing for him tonight. Nothing doing for the Freedom. Here we go. 5th inning at UC Health Stadium on the Florence Y'alls Broadcasting Network.
Who did the Florence Freedom turn to when it was time to upgrade their scoreboard? Atlantic Sign Company. Through their branding expertise, innovation, and passion, Atlantic Sign Company will help you identify your business to your customers in a way that will exceed your expectations. From concept to the completion, their team will be with you every step of the way. Your sign represents you, your company, and your brand. So go where the Florence Freedom went for their scoreboard. Atlantic Sign Company.
Florence Freedom fans, Walt Kelsey here for Kelsey Chevrolet on Route 50 in Lawrenceburg. Proud sponsor of your Florence Freedom. We're just 15 minutes from Florence. Take 275 west to the Lawrenceburg exit. We can handle all your automotive needs. Sales, service, parts, and body shop. We are family owned and operated, and we offer a fresh approach. We'll treat you like family. Find new roads at kelseychev.com.
We are Kelsey Chevrolet, from our family to yours.
Hi, I'm Lauren Hobart, president of Dick's Sporting Goods. I know personally how important sports are to our kids. That's why we've been working hard to make it easier for them to play. I invite you to come into our stores or shop us online. You won't believe all the changes that we've made at Dick's. We have more baseball and softball gear than ever before, an incredible selection of top running shoes, and we've got the hottest clubs in golf like the Callaway Epic Flash and TaylorMade M5 and M6. Stop into Dick's today to see all of the great changes we've made.
Here we go, top of the 5th, UC Health Stadium. Florence Y'alls leading the Freedom 4-2 as the Y'alls come to bat here in the top of the 5th. It'll be 4, 5, 6. Pritchard, Belsky, and Cameron Day Suggs. The first 3 up for the Y'alls to face Nick Floyd. Pritchard, the catcher, had a sac fly in the first inning and struck out in the second. It's his 3rd crack tonight. First pitch by Floyd is off the plate and low for a ball, so 1 ball and no strikes to the Freedom catcher, or the Y'alls catcher, excuse me. Boy, I'm just going to be all over that tonight with the Freedom and the Y'alls. There's a pitch, popped up, back foul and out of play. Over towards the Maker's Mark party patio. Good little congregation going on out there tonight. So 1-1 the count. Floyd's got the sign. Comes set at the belt. And the pitch, big swing and a miss. Good late zip on that fastball by Floyd. So he's heading the count 1-2 now to Pritchard. Y'alls 2 in the first and 2 in the second. The Freedom 2 in the second. It's been 4-2 for a little bit. Fastball well off the plate. Nice stab there by Marshall Rich behind the plate to keep that from going back to the backstop. Nobody on, so it wouldn't have been the end of the world had that gone to the backstop, but it made a nice play to keep that from happening. So 2-2 the count. Here's the pitch by Floyd. Curveball fouled straight back. Boy, a good swing there. They always say when you foul it straight back off the screen, you just missed your pitch, and that was exactly what just happened to Jackson Pritchard there. So the count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes to the Freedom catcher leading off here in the top of the 5th. Y'alls leading 4-2. Floyd pitch, curveball, fouled back and out of play over the concession stands. He's fighting him off. He's seen a good gosh, 6 pitches this at bat. So if you believe the more pitches you see, the easier it is. Then that should be the case right here. Pritchard in the box waiting. Floyd comes set. The pitch, fastball a little bit low. So the count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Kevin Belsky on deck. In his left-handed stance in the on-deck circle, timing everything up, actually going through the motion with each pitch. Floyd comes set, great curveball there, but just a little bit up. Boy, you could see the wicked movement on that pitch, but it was a little bit elevated for a leadoff walk. So Pritchard earned that one, seeing 7+ pitches, earned his way on to first base with the walk, and that'll bring up Belsky, the left fielder, who walked in the first and singled in the second. Actually, that was in the third. Belsky hit leadoff in game 1 for the Yalls in the 5-hole here in game 2. Curveball hammered into right center field. Looks like that. Oh, no, that's a nice play out there in right field by A.J. Bumpus. I thought that ball was going to be in the gap, but Bumpus closed a lot of ground and made a nice running catch. Sorry for those that got excited out there. I thought that was right in the gap. He must have been playing well off the line.
Must have been, and he can also run really well. But that looked like it had gap written all over it off the barrel of the bat. I was thinking that was extra bases, but Bumpus showcasing the range, making the backhand stab in the power alley.
So allowed out. We got 1 out, runner on first. For Cameron Day Suggs, the Yalls right fielder singled in the first and popped out on the infield in the third. Floyd comes set, pitch, fastball right down the middle, strike 1. Pretty exciting here when you think about all the areas around the country that don't have baseball going on, and the fans here in this part of the country get to come out. I know there's been a lot of excitement here for this Battle of the Bourbon Trail, foul backing out of play.
Yeah, there's no question to be one of the lucky few getting the chance to come out and watch what constitutes as pro baseball in a time where really there's just Major League Baseball. Even affiliated minor league action's been canceled this year, so it's just truly a blessing to get to come out and see a baseball game in the current time we're in.
Floyd, the 0-2 pitch, curveball, swing and a miss, struck him out. Suggs does the slow walk back to the dugout. That'll bring up Austin Medica. And kudos to you. I know you had a lot of work behind the scenes in drafting and designing and coming up with the scenario and the way to do this Battle of the Bourbon Trail, and it's turned out to be a pretty cool thing. It's going to be, didn't you say, All-Star team meets the World Series format?
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun in September. It's going to be the best of the best.
Austin Medica comes in looking at the first pitch. It's like it was off the plate, and it was for a ball. 1-0 the count to the Yalls first baseman. Medica struck out in both the first and the third inning, so you know he wants to get something going here. The runner on first and 2 outs. Fastball, swing and a miss, foul tipped right into the glove of Marshall Rich.
Yeah, for those that are in our listening audience tonight, it might be your first time. The postseason is going to be a lot of fun this year. Lexington and Florence both have 2 teams right now, but both organizations will consolidate into one. The best of the best from both teams formulate one power team that will play the other power team in a best of 3.
Pritchard takes off to steal second base there and gets a great jump and slides in safely just ahead of the tag. I wanted to give you a chance to finish that thought because that's so cool for people who don't know and understand how this whole Battle of the Bourbon Trail is going to make out. What you missed there is Pritchard just stole second base on a pretty close play and a nice throw down by Marshall Rich, but not in time. So Pritchard's now at second base. He's in scoring position. 2 balls, 1 strike, the count to Medica.
And how about on a day where we haven't seen as many stolen bases as we typically do when it's Dennis Pelfrey and Brian White, but the guys that we have seen swipe bags have been catchers on both sides.
Unbelievable. 2-1 pitch is just off the plate. 3-1. Yeah, we got catchers stealing bases. We got guys in the 8-hole hitting 2 home runs. You just never know what to expect.
That's why you got to come out or tune in each night.
Absolutely, and thank you to all of you who were tuned in tonight. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Boy, nice pitch on the outside corner for a fastball. Just kind of froze him in his tracks there. 3 balls, 2 strikes, so the count runs full. Pritchard will be in motion here.
I like this Nick Floyd. He's got good stuff. Not much to his delivery, as you'll hear Chad Rhodes talk about on the game report.
Fastball shot foul out of play.
But one of those guys where you watch his motion and it's just fluid. He doesn't have a whole lot to his mechanics. He gets to where he needs to get. Throws on the downward plane. Good life on the fastball. Very fluid. Somebody that, again, doesn't have pro experience ahead of this year, but played at a big D1 school in Ball State.
There's the pitch, swing and a miss, struck him out on a breaking ball in the dirt. So a nice job of pitching there by Nick Floyd. He retires the side. He does walk the leadoff hitter, but takes him down 1-2-3 after that. So nothing doing for the Yalls here in the top of the 5th. Here come the Freedom with the score 4-2 Yalls on the Florence Yalls Broadcasting Network.
At Mount St. Joseph University, we inspire students to think beyond the classroom and redraw the bounds of what's possible for their future. Students are prepared for what it takes to succeed in their careers and in life. Nearly 99% of those who earn a degree from the Mount are employed, going to grad school, or volunteering within 6 months of graduating. This reflects the career certainty that comes from an education at the Mount. Connect with us today by visiting msj.edu.
BRG is locally owned and operated, so we take pride in our community you choose to call home. With spacious floor plans, neighborhoods that complement your lifestyle, pet-friendly communities, 24-hour emergency maintenance, the amenities are endless. Come home to BRG Apartments. With communities located in Cincinnati and Dayton, Ohio, as well as in northern Kentucky, we have something for everyone. Finding your new home is as easy as BRG.
Substation 2 has been bringing Florence the freshest food at the lowest prices since 1981. You've tried the rest, now come taste the best fresh sliced sub sandwiches anywhere. Substation 2 was voted the best sub sandwich in Northern Kentucky by Northern Kentucky Magazine in 2016. Let Substation cater your next event. Give us a call at 859-371-9490 or come visit us at 7905 Dream Street in Florence. Substation 2, quality at a price you can afford.
Nick Bennett back to the mound for the Florence Yalls. They lead the Freedom 4-2 here as the Freedom come to bat in the bottom of the 5th in a 7-inning affair. Game 2 of a doubleheader. Game 1, as we have said, was won by the Freedom by a lopsided score of 13-5. The Freedom flexed their muscle, hit 6 home runs, and pretty much dominated Game 1. But here in Game 2, the Yalls have been in control. They scored 2 in the first to take a 2-0 lead. They got 2 in the second to go up 4-0. The Freedom did score 2 in the bottom to make it 4-2, and we have stood at 4-2 since then. So the Freedom coming up here in the bottom of the 5th. They will send up the bottom of the order, the 7, 8, 9 hitters, Austin Riggins, Travis Graves, and Marshall Rich. Had a tough time solving Bennett tonight. We'll see what they do here as the bottom of the order gets their second crack at him. He's been hard to handle. Riggins has got a base hit and caught stealing in the second inning. First pitch is drilled into center field, but it looks to be, is it over his head? Yeah, it's completely over center fielder Blaze Speed's head. He kind of came in, then had to go back. The ball rolls all the way to the wall, and you're going to have Austin Riggins dive headfirst into third base for a triple. Looked for all the world like Spees came in, made us think he had the play, but it's that twilight time of the night where he might have lost that in the lights. And much to his chagrin, the ball was over his head as he took that fateful step in there, and then it rolled to the wall.
Yeah, I think you nailed it with the twilight period being tough. That baseball gets above the lights, you can lose it. He wasn't really anywhere close, and his back pedal to base it every time. And Austin Riggins continues to absolutely mash whatever it was that plagued him in the opening weekend. Does not bother him anymore.
No, you're exactly right. 2 home runs in game 1 and 2 runs scored. And then just hammered that ball to center field. It was a hard line drive. They always say the toughest play in the outfield is that line drive right at you, and that's what that one was.
Dropped it off to the base of the wall, 395 feet away from home plate.
Yeah, and it did. It hit the base of the wall on the fly and then kind of rolled back towards the infield, because so often the center fielder is sprinting towards the wall, and it hits the wall and caroms back toward, it's just one of those recipes for disaster.
Yep.
So a leadoff triple by Riggins. So there he is, 90 feet away. Travis Graves at the plate. And he's got a 2-2 count. Boy, that pitch just missed. Bennett thought he had him struck out. Goes back, grabs the rosin bag, slams it down. Now he's back up on the mound, ready to go. He's going to work from the windup with a runner on third. And here's the pitch. Big curveball up too high at the letters, and that's going to run the count full.
This wouldn't be the first time this has happened in a pro stage, but a battle between 2 Moeller High School alums right now on the mound and in the box.
How about that? Bennett winds. Here's a pitch. Fastball bounced up the middle. Is it going to get through? No, it's not. It's going to score a run. Throw to first in time. Nice play by Kevin Watley as he snagged that ground ball behind second base and just fired across his body in time.
Looking like Austin Wobrock over there, a play that we've seen made look routine the last 4 seasons. And Kevin Watley just as slick, fielding that behind the bag at second and thrown across the body. Not an easy play by any stretch, but kudos to Travis Graves, who had one job to do up there facing Nick Bennett. Tough customer, but he got the job done. And the Freedom are now trailing by just 1.
Yeah, there's a line drive foul back off the screen. We talk about get him on, get him over, get him in. You get a leadoff triple and a productive out there. And I can't stress how nice of a play that was by Watley. A lot of time the shortstop, Aaron, he'll spin, do a 360 and have all that momentum to fire to first. But on this one, he just kind of had to keep shuffling and throw against his body and got really good velocity on that throw. So a really solid, strong play right there. Oh, and 2 the count to Marshall Rich, the catcher for the Freedom. Bennett working quick. He's got the one he wants. He winds. He pitches fastball low and inside for a ball, 1-2. Rich walked and stole a base in the 3rd inning. This is his 2nd at bat, so you can know Bennett's working effective when guys have their 2nd at bat here in the 5th inning. There's another pitch low for a ball, so it's 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out to the Freedom catcher with Craig Massey in the leadoff spot waiting on deck. That's something you don't see all the time. You're DH leading off.
And that's actually the way it is on both sides of the book tonight.
Yeah, it is. The fastball gets away from Pritchard and squirts over towards the Freedom dugout. So that ball's in the dirt. That'll be a 3 ball, 2 strike count now to Marshall Rich. Again, Bennett working quick, has the one he wants. Fastball is flied into right field. Looked like they're going to have room. Cameron Day Suggs moves over and makes the play about 15 feet from the foul line in relatively deep right field.
Still plenty of work to be done after this 5th inning, which will be Nick Bennett's last. But it's got to be refreshing for a starting pitcher to be able to be win eligible on a night where he deserves it. That's what Nick Bennett's got in his sights. Easier said than done.
No kidding. Nice curveball there for a strike. You know, Bennett's got a lot of people listening in the area. You know, he's first time I've seen him live, and he's everything I expected him to be. He just has the presence, has the command, and young man's got a bright future in the game of baseball for sure.
No question about that. A 6th round choice just last season out of the University of Louisville, I beg your pardon.
Boy, he's all over the zone there, just a little bit off the outside corner and a little bit low, but he's not missing by much. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count to Massey. Cesar Trejo on deck. Bennett winds a pitch. Curveball is hammered to right field and deep. Back to the wall and gone. Craig Massey rides it out of here. Talked about the designated hitter in the leadoff spot, right? Just drilled a home run to right field. 7 home runs tonight from the Freedom, and 6 of them have been to right or right center field, and that really was a no-doubter.
Sorry, Nick. The kiss of death. Talking about being win eligible now. We're tied up at 4. But Craig Massey continuing to turn around his slow start. Entered today 1 for 7 for a 143 batting average, but he has done terrific work in this doubleheader here at UC Health Stadium. A couple home runs on the day, also had a single. That average will be north of 300 now.
Well, yeah, home run in game 1 and now in game 2, so have a doubleheader, right? There's a pop-up on the infield, looks to be playable. Kevin Watley drifting over towards third, but Dakota Hundley makes the call and the catch to retire the side, but not before the Freedom score 2 runs to tie this game at 4. So here we go to the 6th inning, whole new ball game. Y'all's coming up. Come on back to UC Health Stadium on the Florence Y'all's Broadcasting Network.
At Gentle Touch Grooming, your pet is treated with care and will look beautiful. Give your dog or cat the spa day they need. Gentle Touch offers spa baths, deluxe spa baths, full haircuts, and nail trimmings. Book an appointment today at 859-283-1373. That's 859-283-1373. Gentle Touch will even offer 10% off just for mentioning this ad. They want to see those waggling tails soon at Gentle Touch Grooming.
Can't carry a bowling ball in a plastic bag. Can't rub plastic bags together to make fire. Can't turn them into swim trunks. And you can't put plastic bags in your Rumpke recycling container. Visit Rumpke.com for recycling do's and don'ts. Learn more at Rumpke.com.
Make your recycling count. Rumpke.
Chris Collinsworth here. Western and Southern can help you translate your financial needs. Start with a free, no-obligation insurance checkup. It doesn't take long, and it's a great way to find out how to protect your family's future. Talk to a financial translator today.
Call our Northern Kentucky office at 859-426-3300. That's 859-426-3300 for your free, no-obligation review.
Compensated endorser, Western and Southern Financial Group, Cincinnati, Ohio, R5-1307.
We got a whole new ball game here, 4-4. We are tied heading to the 6th inning. Here come the Y'alls, and here comes the voice of the Y'alls, Aaron Brody.
Thank you, Dad. Nick Floyd will come back out for another inning of work. The right-hander out of Ball State has looked terrific, not just tonight, but in his short career with the Florence Y'alls and Florence Freedom in this battle of the Bourbon Trail. Continuing more good work tonight with 2 zeros on the board in relief. Keeping the Y'alls at 4 runs and allowing his Freedom offense to crawl right back in this one. Knotting it up with a 2-spot in their side of inning number 5. As you said, a brand new ball game, 4-4. Floyd's going to face the 8-9-1 for the Y'alls, Baker, Spees, and back to the top, and Rodney Tinney. Righty sets at the belt, always from the stretch, and the first pitch on the way to Baker, a fastball that was elevated for ball 1. Anytime runs were scored in this one, it was a 2-spot. The Y'alls a 2-spot in the first and second. The Freedom with 2s in the third and fifth. 1-0 pitch, pulls the string, gets a swing and a miss, and Baker in an even 1-1. The home run ball has been the biggest difference from the opening weekend here into week 2 of the Battle of Bourbon Trail for the Florence Freedom. They are hitting it out with regularity today. Fastball down and in. Baker will take the 2-1 edge on Floyd. But in all honesty, the home run ball started to happen for the Freedom on Sunday on the road in Lexington when Stedio and Johnny Knight IV both went deep. Breaking ball, called a strike to even the sequence at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Those 2 home runs in that game on Sunday were pivotal, and the Freedom tying it up and getting the chance to force the sudden death baseball that we have in the Battle of the Bourbon Trail, the exciting half inning. That's all you get. More on that after this 2-2 pitch to Baker. It's a fastball that's popped up on the infield right side. Giving chase is Cesar Trejo, the first baseman, and he'll make the catch to retire Baker 1 away. So extra innings in the Battle of the Bourbon Trail are as easy as this. It's never going to go more than 1/2 inning. You get 3 outs or a run will score. The home team gets to elect if they want to take the field or come to the plate. If you come to the plate, you start the inning with a runner at first base, the last batted out from your previous at-bat at first. First pitch fastball to Blaze Spees, a strike on the inner half for a called strike. So Lexington on Sunday in the 10th inning elected to take the field. A.J. Bumpus was the runner at first base for the Freedom, and they would end up manufacturing that run before 3 outs were recorded. The fastball is chopped foul on third base side, moving the count to 0-2 on Spees. But that walk-off win on the road for the Freedom allowed them to make baseball history. First time the road team has walked off in their opponent's ballpark in the long history of America's pastime.
Yeah, it just sounds weird, a walk-off win when you're the visiting team.
Fastballs outside. But again, that rule, which is quickly being known as the Pelfrey rule, as Freedom skipper Dennis Pelfrey is the one who created it and got it implemented in this Battle of the Bourbon Trail. 1-2 pitch to Spees. Line shot back up the middle, off Floyd and rolling slowly into center field now. Let's check on Nick. Make sure he's okay, but another good piece off the bat of Blaze Spees, who continues to just hit everything hard, and harder in his first day with Florence.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're not. I guess they are going to come out and they're not going to go talk to him on the mound. The trainer came out and just kind of talked to him from about 20 steps in front of the dugout. It was a line drive that went off his backside. His motion on the follow-through kind of turned his body. A line drive hit him on the back of the leg and just kind of rolled into center field.
Back to the top and Rodney Tinney, man at first base. Tinney shows bunt, pulls back, and the fastball was neck high for ball 1.
But back to that extra inning thing you were talking about, it does make sense. The last thing these teams really need is a long, extended extra inning game with all their pitchers on pitch counts. Some of these guys are ownership of Major League Baseball teams. You cannot be running people's arms ragged.
Exactly right.
So
another fastball's up for ball 2 to Tinney. And that is the point that I was eventually getting to, is Dennis designed that to spare the pitching, to spare the arms, and also to create an element of excitement in the ballpark. Fans know that you don't have to go home after the 9th inning because you're not sure how long the game's going to go on. You know this is it. 2-0. Tinney will get the bunt down. It's a beauty on the third base side. Sedio's got just one play. It's to first. And Tinney will be retired. 2 away.
Yeah, and that's going to go in the books as just a sacrifice bunt. He clearly looked like he gave himself up there, Aaron, just to move the runner up. I didn't sense he was bunting for a hit at all.
No, that's a sac bunt.
And
trying to get that go-ahead run in scoring position for a hot-hitting Dakota Hunley.
Yeah, not often you'll see a team sacrifice when there's already 1 out, and now that's going to put the runner in scoring position, but with 2 outs. But you're exactly right, 7-inning game, not 9. Let's give this guy a chance to knock a run in, right, with a runner in scoring position. But I think it's kind of cool, back to that rule, you know, which would you rather do? You know, you got to get 3 outs or you got to score a run. Most teams are probably going to say, put me on defense. I'll figure out a way to not let that runner at first score.
Fastball is going to start Hunley in the 0-1 hole.
So is that what happened then? So Lexington elected to
take the field.
And there was 2 outs, right, when that winning hit happened. So
yeah. They were down to their last out when Marshall Rich got the base knock to left field.
That's awesome.
0-1 pitch, lined into left. Speak of the devil. Hunley finds some outfield turf. They're going to wave the runner, Brian White, sends Speeds, and he is tagged out by a mile on the way to home plate. Got to be aggressive, trying to get that lead here in the 6th inning, but Speeds runs into out number 3 at home. Terrific throw in left field from Johnny Knight. Wasn't even close, so we will stay tied at 4-4 as the Freedom come to the plate. Bottom 6 next in Florence, Kentucky. You're listening to Florence Y'alls Baseball on the Florence Y'alls Broadcasting Network.
Toyota is making a difference right here in America, investing $23 billion, helping create over 470,000 jobs, building over 25 million vehicles here, including Toyota Camry, America's best-selling car, one of 11 different Toyotas built in the USA, with Toyota Care 2-year no-cost maintenance included. For all Toyota offers, go to buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Hey Freedom fans, let's play a game of Did You Know, courtesy of Life Center. Did you know organ and tissue donation is life-saving and life-changing for thousands of people? How about that more than 600 people in greater Cincinnati are waiting for a life-saving organ transplant? You can change someone's life with a simple yes when you go to renew your driver's license or state ID. Say yes and register to be a donor. Visit lifepassedon.org for more information or to register online. Life, pass it on.
Points, cash, gear, sports. With a Dick's scorecard, you earn points on all your purchases and get 3% back in rewards and access to exclusive deals and events. It's simple. Points lead to cash to buy gear so you can play more sports. Get your Dick's scorecard and start earning reward certificates today. Every season starts at Dick's.
Jared Cheek will take over on the bump for the Florence Y'alls. We are deadlocked at 4. Bottom 6 of a 7-inning game. The nightcap of our doubleheader here at UC Health Stadium. Aaron Brody alongside Troy Brody, bringing you the call of the action. Sun has set in Florence, Kentucky. Lights on. And all eyes squarely on the Freedom and Y'alls. Will it be a doubleheader split or a doubleheader sweep today for the Freedom?
Now, you never know. We might get to see that extra inning rule you just talked about.
Exactly right.
We are about, what, an inning and a half away from finding out.
Really does add so much excitement.
Who's the home team here? The home team is the Freedom, so they will have the choice if that plays out. I think a lot of that depends on where you're at in your order too, right? Where you're at in your order and what your pitching's like. And
Chad Sedillo, the first man up for the Freedom. Jared Cheek starts in with the fastball, going right after him. Power on power here with Cheek, the right-handed hurler, and Sedillo, the left-handed hitter. The 0-1. Back to the heat, but it was low. 1 ball and 1 strike to Sedillo. It's the 3-4-5 due up for the Freedom. Here's the 1-1. Fouled back to the screen. 1-2 on Sedillo. Somebody better check his temperature. He's 0 for 2. Guy was hitting well over 500 coming in to play here in game 2. 1-2 pitch to him. Little outside. Cheek is going to the fastball, but he's not wanting to come across the plate. A little bit off here, a little bit off there. Being careful, 2-2 pitch. High, towering drive into center field, backing up on it. And finding the mark is Blaze Spees. Sedillo gave it a ride, but he's out number 1.
Boy, don't look now, but what a tremendous job of pitching by Nick Floyd. Guy just came in and went 4 innings and didn't give up, any runs, 4 hits.
Yeah, after the Y'all started hot, too, with 2s in their first and second at-bats. When Ligori came out of the game, Floyd took over and stopped the bleeding. A.J. Bumpus in the box. Big swing and a miss, the first pitch he saw, which was another fastball from the daring Cheek. Quick consensus reach. Pritchard into the split, setting up outside. Cheek hit the mitt, but is ruled outside for ball one. Gonna work in now, the 1-1 pitch. Another wave and a miss. Bumpus 0 for 2, a quiet day at the dish. Fly out and a ground out. 3 unassisted back in the 4th. Righty has the 1 and the slide step pitch. Chopped into the foul, or in the Y'all's dugout and foul ground. Still 1-2, Cheek's advantage. Pitcher will step off, rub down the baseball a bit before getting right back on. Working on the third base side of the rubber, always from the stretch, is the former Cubs farmhand. High fastball climbs the ladder, gets the K, and there's 2 away in the bottom of the 6th. Johnny Knight, the last line of defense for the Freedom in a 4-4 game. Just 1 more inning left to play. Doubleheaders always 7-inning affairs. First pitch, we'll have to wait. Johnny Knight calls time in the box, steps out. Knight out of Walsh University and played for the Salina Stockade when they were members of the Pacific Association previous to this pro experience. Fastball and a late swing. He'll fall behind 0-1. Knight 1 for 2 in this one. Here's the 0-1. Hard slider from Cheek. Such a tough pitch, but it broke too much. It'll even the count. The 1-1. Line sharply foul on the first base side. You'll remember Cheek on opening day had a very interesting 1 inning of work in relief. Gave up 3 straight singles, saw the bases loaded, and then promptly struck out the side. 1-2, back to that tough slider with all the downward tilt. But again, like the one before it, it was starting on the edge and tapered too far off. So Knight in an even 2-2 count. Deuces all over the board here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Righty deals, high fastball. Tough to catch up. Knight couldn't. He's down on strike, so Cheek will add 2 more Ks to his ledger. Gives him 5 and 2 innings of work. On to inning number 7 in a 4-4 game, getting 1 step closer to seeing that exciting sudden death baseball here at UC Health Stadium. You're listening to Florence Y'all's Baseball on the Florence Y'all's Broadcasting Network.
Bill Cunningham, the Great American for the Roar Insurance Agencies. Over the last many years, Alvin Roar at Roar Insurance Agency has handled all my personal and business needs. They are a large and growing national insurance business located right here in Greater Cincinnati. Call the Roar Agency today at 513-985-4200 or go to roarins.com. Call Alvin Roar. Call the Roar Agency today.
At Gentle Touch Grooming, your pet is treated with care and will look beautiful. Give your dog or cat the spa day they need. Gentle Touch offers spa baths, deluxe spa baths, full haircuts, and nail trimmings. Book an appointment today at 859-283-1373. That's 859-283-1373. Gentle Touch will even offer 10% off just for mentioning this ad. They want to see those waggling tails soon at Gentle Touch Grooming.
Hi, I'm Lauren Hobart, president of Dick's Sporting Goods. I know personally how important sports are to our kids. That's why we've been working hard to make it easier for them to play. I invite you to come into our stores or shop us online. You won't believe all the changes that we've made at Dick's. We have more baseball and softball gear than ever before, an incredible selection of top running shoes. And we've got the hottest clubs in golf, like the Callaway Epic Flash and TaylorMade M5 and M6. Stop into Dick's today to see all of the great changes we've made.
Joe Doherty will take over on the bump. Nick Floyd just brilliant in relief of Lars Ligori today, but he will be cut after 4 innings of work. Floyd's final line, 4 innings, 4 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, keeping the Yalls off the board and helping the Freedom crawl back to eventually tie the game with a 2 spot in their side of the 5th. So now the reigning pitcher of the week, Joe Doherty, toes the rubber for the Freedom. Got his work cut out for him, though. He faces the 3-4-5 for the Yalls, starting with Kevin Watley to get things going here in inning number 7. First pitch on the way. Fastball fouled back to the screen. Watley had an idea what was coming and just missed it.
Yeah, boy, it looked for all the world like he knew that pitch was coming, and man, he did a great swing, just fouled it straight back off the net.
Doherty closed off from the stretch, and the 0-1 pitch, looking for the inside edge, just misses. Count is 1-1. Doherty had an electrifying 1 inning of work in relief on Saturday night for the Florence Freedom, an eventual 4-1 loss for the Freedom, but struck out the side facing the minimum. Goes slider here, but it was wild and away for ball 2. But he was the unanimous pick for pitcher of the week on the game report. Dennis Pelfrey and Chad Rhodes will always name their player of the week and their pitcher of the week in that show each week. And both of them agreed on Doherty for pitcher of the week after 1 inning in which he struck out the side and just looked special doing it. Watley able to foul off another hard fastball from Doherty that sits anywhere from 93 to 95 for the 6'4" right-hander. Terrific prospect. Former Schaumburg Boomer, 2-2 pitch, lined foul again off the bat of Watley. Dennis even told the story on the Game Report episode 1 that is up on our YouTube channel. You're already there if you're listening to the broadcast after this game wraps up. Highly recommend you check it out. 30 strong minutes of behind the scenes on the players in this Battle of the Bourbon Trail. But Pelf talking about Doherty and how they wanted to snag him in the Frontier League tryout camp and draft a couple of seasons ago, and 1 pick before the Freedom got the chance to. The Schaumburg Boomers stole their thunder. Fastball's fouled back again. Watley a good at bat, fouling off some tough pitches from Doherty to stay alive in this 2-2 count.
That whole drafting process just so stressful that you got the guy you want. You're just sweating every team before you making the pick. You think you get him, and the one before takes the guy. That's just, gosh.
I know he falls right to you. Think you're going to get him.
Yep.
1 before. 2-2 fastball sails wide for ball 3. Pelf talking about how Doherty was just such a relative unknown. Shows up at a Frontier League tryout camp and draft, and judging by that 1 inning of work he gave on Saturday night, if he continues to pitch that way, he might be the livest arm we have in the Battle of the Bourbon Trail. This fastball is just a hair outside, and Watley will work himself a walk to lead off the visitor's side of the 7th. The go-ahead run at first base with nobody out as Jackson Pritchard strolls to the plate.
Yeah, you want to cue up the ghostly, scary music like lead off walk. That the whole, they used to have that out here at Walks Will Haunt. Or
that
where
was
were we?
Great American Ballpark, home of the Cincinnati Reds. Walks Will Haunt with a ghost on the board. Classic. First pitch to Pritchard. Fastball, you bet. Called strike at the knees.
Well, I was close. I was right up Interstate 75 with the ballpark I thought that was.
The 0-1. Down and away. Pritchard with a sac fly back in the first inning. Since then, a strikeout looking and a walk. Also stole a base after the walk in the fifth. Doherty steps off and turns to take a look at Kevin Watley. Did not throw over, but one of the moves in the arsenal to keep the runner at bay. 1-1 now. Hard slider, but it was down. And the count will be 2-1 on Pritchard.
I don't dare ask, and that's why I didn't, if this is a move him over situation, not with your cleanup hitter at the plate. You'd have laughed me out of the box.
Broken bat, grounder to short. Graves in front, has one, plays to first. Nice dig, but not in time. Pritchard hustling the whole way. Trejo did swallow up the short hop. Kept his foot on the base, but Pritchard too speedy. And it's an infield single that sets up runners at first and second. Still nobody dead for the Yalls, who have put themselves in a great position to manufacture a run here in inning number 7, staying away from sudden death baseball. Assuming they can get the 3 outs that would be necessary in the home half.
So what are your thoughts on the bunt here? You got a meeting between the manager and the hitter. You got a meeting on the mound between the catcher and the pitcher. It's first and second, nobody out.
I think it all comes down to your confidence in Cameron Day Suggs and Austin Medica. Medica is 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Still just the one hit, the double back on Friday night. Suggs a little bit more of a wild card. He's been a Freedom player to start in his first day, but does have an RBI single. Belsky will back away from a first pitch fastball. But because it is getting into that bottom third, I'm going to think that Brian White just wants to keep a good thing going here. Don't give him an out. Got runners at first and second, nobody dead. I'm thinking Belsky swings away.
Well, he showed no indication to bunt on the first pitch.
Swinging away at pitch number 2 and sending a foul ball out of play on the third base side to even the count 1-1.
Interesting to see what Dennis Pelfrey does with his defense here. Does he bring the third baseman in? Does he have anybody charging? You know they've got a play on in case he does square. Trejo's a little bit in front of the bag at third. Sedio's right at the bag. I'm sorry.
Sedio
Trejo
at third,
at
Trejo at first.
Yeah, Sedio, Trejo, Danzaro.
I know. 1-1, good fastball, swung on and missed. That goes to the whole Dr. Seuss Open of Game 1 today. Reading the lineups off. The names all flowed together.
Oh, that was rapid fire, and I don't believe I butchered anybody's, which is important.
In a first.
Historic moment. Even when I use my frenetic spelling, I do it.
Climbing the ladder on a 1-2 fastball, and Belsky swung through it. One away.
Boy, if ever you need a strikeout, that's the opportunity to get one. And he did it. So now you think that removes the thought of the bunt. The corner infielders move well back.
First pitch to Suggs. High fastball at the shoulders.
Freedom will have 6, 7, 8 coming up in the bottom of the 7th. Danzaro, Riggins, and Graves. You want to peek ahead a little bit.
The 1-0. Like the slide piece. The late movement, but it stayed upstairs. Suggs in a good hitter's count, 2-0. Already 1 for 3 today with an RBI single in his first at bat. The 2-0. That's in there. Fastball hits the mitt. 2 balls and 1 strike. Suggs can find some outfield turf here. I'm thinking Brian White might lobby to keep him on his roster full time. 2-1 pitch. We'll back him off the plate. Doherty gets the one he wants and sets at the ear. Big deep breath and the 3-1. Ball 4, fastball missed in. And the bases will be loaded for Medica.
What an opportunity for Medica here. Tough night tonight with 3 strikeouts, but up and a chance to erase every bit of the memories from that with the base hit here.
Oh, absolutely. All is forgiven. If you can find a way to plate the go-ahead run or more with the bases loaded here.
How's the speed situation? Watley run well?
Watley can run. Breaking ball on the first pitch in there for a called strike.
I'm just thinking of a fly ball here.
Oh, yeah, fly ball. I mean, we saw Brian White be aggressive in the last half inning, and there's no doubt if he gets a fly ball somewhere in the outfield, he's going to try to score that run. The 0-1 sails outside to even the sequence. 1 ball and 1 strike. But that's the luxury the Yalls find themselves in right now with less than 2 outs. It does not require a base hit. Just need a fly ball. 1-1. It is in the air, but it's on the infield and foul ground on the third base side. Cedio and Marshall Rich give chase, and it's the catcher running into the railing, but holding on to make the play. Medico will be retired for out number 2, and that is a terrific job concentrating through the catch. And we're not talking about football. Marshall Rich making the play with the railing bearing down on him.
Boy, just came out of his crouch, lost the helmet like you're supposed to do, had to find the ball.
Did he not make the catch? Medica is still in the box.
No, I thought he caught that.
Sure,
I guess it fell out of.
Must have bounced and we couldn't see it.
We have a little bit of an obstructive view right in front of the dugout. So, wow, it came out of his glove.
Even had it in his glove when he threw it back to Doherty, but must have taken a bounce in between him and Cedio that we could not see. So Medica new life, fouls off a fastball to stay alive in a 1-2 count.
So picture the catcher on a sky-high pop-up, sprinting over towards the third base dugout, lunging to make the catch as he bounced off the wall in front of the dugout or the fencing. And maybe, it just popped out of his glove.
1-2's down and in to even it at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
A little drama here.
No doubt. And there will be even more if they manage to go to the 8th in a tied game. The Yalls have other thoughts. 2-2 pitch, line drive towards left field, hooking and dropping in for a base hit. Watley will score. Getting the wave is Jackson Pritchard. He will slide in safely as well. And all is forgiven for Austin Medica. Line drive to left, plates 2, and the Yalls lead 6-4.
Boy, we just talked about that too. You're right. All is forgiven indeed. Just a rocket into left center field. And the beauty of that was you knew it was going to score 2 runs because neither outfielder had a play where they were coming sprinting in to make the play. They were running towards each other. So whoever was going to field that base hit was going to have a very hard time throwing out a runner trying to score from second. So 2 RBIs. Suddenly it's 6-4. And the Yalls have their 2-run lead back that they had early in the game.
Now my wheels are turning. Will Jared Cheat come back out for one more inning of work? He's thrown just 2 innings in 4 days. But somewhere out there looming is the great Carl Craigie as well, the lefty with the electric stuff. With the closer makeup. Depending on whether he dressed in a Yalls or Freedom uniform, we could see him toe the rubber in the bottom half of inning number 7. The hitter is Will Baker. Runners at first and second. Still just 1 out. The Yalls now back in front by 2. Fastball from Doherty, a strike on the outer half.
Remember a few minutes ago we were talking about walks will haunt.
That's one of the runs that scored. 0-1, down and away. And that was the one stat that would give coaches pause about Doherty coming into this season was, if you look at his career numbers, he was a walk a inning. Certainly did not look like that in his debut performance with 3 strikeouts, netting pitcher of the week. But tonight, 2 walks, and still looking for the last 2 outs here in the 7th. A swing and a foul ball sent slowly rolling on the first base side. Makes the count 1 ball and 2 strikes on Baker, who's 1 for 3. a single.
Cameron Day Suggs was attempting to steal third there. He took off. So little chopper foul, no harm, no foul. He goes back to second, but just note to self, they had the runners in motion. It was interesting. Medica didn't take off for second to steal second, but Suggs tried to steal third.
Green light situation at second base maybe coming into play. Doherty hadn't given him a look. 1-2 pitch to Baker. Good breaking ball, swung on and missed for strike 3. So Doherty still has the dominant stuff to get strikeouts. Every out he's recorded in this battle of the Bourbon Trail has been that of the K variety. Total up to 5 in an inning and 2/3, but the problem, the 2 walks and the timely Austin Medica single that plated a pair. First pitch swinging and a foul ball off the bat of Blaze Spees has him fall behind 0-1. The 0-1. Slow chopper towards short. Graves sprinting in, gloves, fires on the run, and that's not going to be in time. Blaze with the blazing speed through the bag at first base by the time that one arrived in the mitt of Cesar Trejo. So a good inning continues for the Florence Yalls. Bases loaded. But down to their last out as they roll their lineup card over, and Rodney Tinney makes his way to the left-handed batter's box.
Yeah, he's thrown a lot of pitches this inning, has Joe Doherty. Still, well, no, I'm sorry, he does have 2 outs. I'm going to say still needs 2 outs, but he just got that second strikeout. So,
excuse me, swing on the first toss to Tinney. He fouled it off to fall behind.
It's got to be so frustrating. He got the ground ball there, but it was just that slow little chopper towards short, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Just hit too slow.
The 0-1. Good fastball with good velo, and it's a strike at the knees on the inner half. Tinney will take a walk in frustration. Count is 0-2. Doherty has the pitch picked out. Here it comes. Foul ball off the bat of Tinney. It was the heat, but he caught up to stay alive.
Yeah, I was wondering there if he's going to come fastball. He did. Tinney, a nice job just to get enough of it to spray it foul.
Tinney still trying to get his first hit in the Yalls uniform. Breaking up an 0 for 4 today if he can do so. Another excuse me swing and a line drive foul ball. It's about as hard as I've ever seen a ball be hit when you swung about a quarter of the way through.
Yeah, that was a well said on. I would have said the exact same thing, an excuse me swing. He just barely moved the bat and it just hit a rocket towards the dugout.
That's letting the pitcher supply the power.
Yeah, for sure.
Another 0-2 and he plunks him. Tinney wears it and that'll sting. That was the Doherty fastball. But it's worth it for the Yalls. The base is loaded. That hit by pitch plates Cameron Day Suggs, and the score will move to 7-4.
Yeah, that would hurt. I mean, luckily he turned around and it got him just in the rear end there. You know, no bone there. Just, gosh, you know that's gonna leave a mark, I would say. But if you had to pick a place to get hit, that's probably as good as any.
First pitch swinging, and Hundley hits a one-hop bouncer to Cesar Trejo at first. He'll take it himself to the bag. And now it falls on the shoulders of the Florence Freedom. They trail the Florence Yalls 7-4 with 3 outs to play with. Keep it locked. The climactic finish next from UC Health Stadium on the Florence Yalls Broadcasting Network. Who did the Florence Freedom turn to when it was time to upgrade their scoreboard? Atlantic Sign Company. Through their branding expertise, innovation, and passion, Atlantic Sign Company will help you identify your business to your customers in a way that will exceed your expectations. From concept to the completion, Their team will be with you every step of the way. Your sign represents you, your company, and your brand. So go where the Florence Freedom went for their scoreboard. Atlantic Sign Company.
Have you ever wondered what heaven tastes like? Today at the ballpark, we are giving you the opportunity to do just that. To delight your taste buds, we present Curd Town deep-fried cheese curds. These golden crispy morsels, with their gooey cheesy center, are the tasty treat that have all of the angels singing. After trying our delicious cheese curds, we can't promise you a halo, but we do guarantee a joyful stomach and a cheesy smile.
Today's game is sponsored in part by Clark Dietrich Building Systems, a military-friendly employer. Clark Dietrich offers a comprehensive lineup of steel construction products and services across the United States and abroad. Using cold-formed steel, we manufacture innovative products for interior framing and finishing, exterior framing, floor and roof framing, as well as clips, connectors, metal lath, barrier mesh, and accessories. For more information, visit our website at www.clarkdietrich.com.
Florence Y'alls 3 outs away from a doubleheader split with the Florence Freedom. They lead the Freedom 7-4. Bottom 7, Jared Cheek back on the bump. He will face the 6, 7, 8, Danzero, Riggins, and Graves. Danzero in the box in the first pitch. Fastball too far in for ball 1. Aaron Brody and Troy Brody with you from the UC Health Stadium broadcast booth. A big 3 spot as the Freedom send all 9 batters to the plate to face Joe Doherty in the top half of the 7th. The good fastball gets a swing and a miss, and Danzero is in a 1-1 count. The 1-1's lined foul out of play on the first base side. Count will be 1-2 on Danzero. Check swing from Danzero on a tough outside fastball, but he is ruled to have not gone around as they appeal to Dave Blanchett. So his count will be 2-2. Infielders playing deep up the middle. Watley and Baker. Danzero continues to fight and battle facing Jared Cheek. Another foul ball off the bat of the sturdy-built right-handed hitting Brian Danzero, who has been on another level offensively to start this battle of the Bourbon Trail. And has another single here in game 2. 1-2 pitch. Below the knees. Should be 3 balls and 2 strikes to Danzero. Payoff pitch. Fouled sharply again to stay alive.
So are all the coaches living here on the complex?
They are up above the clubhouse. 3-2 pitch in on the hands, popped up on the first base side, but it'll find the second row of yellow seats behind the Y'alls first base dugout. What a compound of baseball brain trust that is up there on the second floor of that clubhouse. Probably feels like a fraternity up there. 3-2 pitch. Popped up again, out of play. Danzero continuing a great fight with Jared Cheek. Situations like these, leadoff hitter so important. Setting the tone in the inning. Freedom need 3 runs to force sudden death baseball, 4 to win it in walk-off fashion in a 7-4 game. Cheek has the pitch and another payoff on the way. It's too far in. Ball 4. What an at-bat for Brian Danzero, and he earns his way on.
Yeah, that's a great at-bat right there, and you just said it. That's exactly what you got to do. You're down 3. It seems like quite an uphill climb when you're down 3 coming to bat in the bottom of the last inning, but you need your first guy to get on, give everybody a little bit of life. I've always said that your objective is to try to get the tying run of the plate. get yourself in a spot where one swing could tie this up. We've seen, what, 8 home runs tonight, 7 home runs
with the
tonight.
Freedom, the home run is certainly in play, especially with this guy, Austin Riggins. He'll watch a fastball find the outer third for a called strike on pitch number 1, but Riggins has homered twice today, both in game 1, but he's got an RBI single and a triple here in game 2. Guy is a double shy of the cycle on the doubleheader. Cheek paints the inside edge, jumps ahead 0-2.
You wouldn't think anything would be going on with any kind of running game. That runner at first is meaningless right now. Probably just play it conservative.
Long pause from the set for Cheek. Here's the 0-2. Fastball, got him swinging. Cheek throws it past Riggins for out number 1, bringing up Travis Graves.
Boy, what an excellent job by Cheek there. Not only did he get the strikeout, he had Danzaro retreating towards first on the pitch.
The long pause, the hesitation.
About as well as you can draw it up right there.
Dennis Pelfrey is going to pinch hit as Jared Cheek picks over to first base, still thinking about Danzaro. It is Travis Graves' spot in the lineup, but it's Lucas Owens getting the at-bat. Here in the bottom of the 7th, Owens made in game 1 earlier today and was productive. 2 singles, an RBI, a walk, and a line out. Sliders on the back foot for ball 1. 1-0 is a hair out, maybe a little up. Cheek went to the heat, couldn't command it. The 2-0 pitch, got it in on the hands. It's popped up with an inside-out swing out of play. 2 balls and a strike. 2 hours and 17 minutes into game 2 of this doubleheader. Cheek will pick to first one more time. Pritchard, a quick trip out to the mound to have a chat with Cheek, and if you were a betting man, what would you guess the conversation entailed? It was brief.
Yeah, I think they were just trying to get themselves on the same page with signed. I think somebody got crossed up there. Either that or that guy's getting a pretty big Dancy lead over there at first base. Keep an eye on him.
2-1 pitch, hard ground ball, played on a backhand at short by Watley. Goes to second, nice play for 1. They will not get the double play. But that is phenomenal athleticism at short to get to that and make that awkward throw to second in time to get Danzaro. 2 away.
Yeah, tremendous play by Watley. A hard shot on the ground. He went over and backhanded it and then turned and fired to second to get the lead runner. A good play to get to the ball, a good play to field it cleanly, and then a third good part of that play is just to throw a rocket right to second base on the bag. Well done.
Heavy fastball on the first pitch to Marshall Rich, and it was on the outside corner for a called strike 1. Back to the heat, back in the zone. 0-2, Cheek ahead. 1 pitch away from a Florence Y'all's victory in the salvaging of a split in this doubleheader. Cheek has the pitch picked out. Pritchard sets up out, and the 0-2. Hard slider, but it dove off the table and away for ball 1. Right back to work is the righty. The 1-2 pitch, climbs the ladder, gets the K. And the Florence Y'alls emerge victorious 7-4, splitting the doubleheader with the Florence Freedom and setting up another grudge match with the Freedom tomorrow for bragging rights in the series this week at UC Health Stadium. Back to recap a 3-run Y'alls victory when we come back. Segueing into the Florence Y'alls postgame show next on the Florence Y'alls Broadcasting Network.
Can't carry a bowling ball in a plastic bag. Can't rub plastic bags together to make fire. Can't turn them into swim trunks. And you can't put plastic bags in your Rumpke recycling container. Visit Rumpke.com for recycling do's and don'ts. Learn more at Rumpke.com.
Make your recycling count. Rumpke.
Hey Freedom fans, let's play a game of Did You Know, courtesy of Life Center. Did you know organ and tissue donation is life-saving and life-changing for thousands of people? How about that more than 600 people in greater Cincinnati are waiting for a life-saving organ transplant? You can change someone's life with a simple yes when you go to renew your driver's license or state ID. Say yes and register to be a donor. Visit lifepassidon.org for more information or to register online. Life. Pass it on.
Florence Freedom fans, Walt Kelsey here for Kelsey Chevrolet on Route 50 in Lawrenceburg. Proud sponsor of your Florence Freedom. We're just 15 minutes from Florence. Take 275 west to the Lawrenceburg exit. We can handle all your automotive needs. Sales, service, parts, and body shop. We are family owned and operated, and we offer a fresh approach. We'll treat you like family. Find new roads at kelseychev.com.
We are Kelsey Chevrolet, from our family to yours.
Chris Collinsworth here. Western and Southern can help you translate your financial needs. Start with a free, no-obligation insurance checkup. It doesn't take long, and it's a great way to find out how to protect your family's future. Talk to a financial translator today.
Call our Northern Kentucky office at 859-426-3300. That's 859-426-3300 for your free, no-obligation review.
Compensated endorser, Western and Southern Financial Group, Cincinnati, Ohio, R5-1307.
BRG is locally owned and operated, so we take pride in our community you choose to call home. With spacious floor plans, neighborhoods that complement your lifestyle, pet-friendly communities, 24-hour emergency maintenance, the amenities are endless. Come home to BRG Apartments. With communities located in Cincinnati and Dayton, Ohio, as well as in Northern Kentucky, we have something for everyone. Finding your new home is as easy as BRG.
It's not just a truck. It's a way of life. It's who you are. It's proud, free, wild. It's a brotherhood. The Brotherhood of Tacoma. For over 50 years, Toyota has built the best, most durable, go-anywhere, do-anything trucks money can buy. That's the Toyota Tacoma. The truck that feels like it was built for you. Because it is. Built in the USA. Welcome to the Brotherhood. Find out more at your Toyota dealer or buy at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
The Y'alls come together, salvage a split, 7-4, the final score in Game 2 of our day-night doubleheader here at UC Health Stadium. Winning pitcher Jared Cheek, he improves to 1-0 with electric stuff. Cheek now having struck out the side in his one inning of work back on Friday night. Adds 4 more strikeouts to his ledger tonight, has 7 strikeouts in 2 innings of work. His electric stuff is apparent. He's the winning pitcher. Joe Doherty swallows the loss, falls to 0-1 with the 1 inning of work tonight that did not go his way. 3 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and an 0-1 start for Joe Doherty in the 2020 Battle of the Bourbon Trail. This game played in 2 hours and 19 minutes from 7:34 to 9:53. A paid attendance of 407 in the ballpark to enjoy the doubleheader action. Beautiful day in Florence for baseball. That's why we played 2. 70 degrees, partly cloudy skies overhead. Final line score for Game 2 tonight, 7-4, Y'alls victorious. They out-hit the Freedom 11 knocks to 6. They made 1 error to the Freedom's 2. And get this, the Y'alls, with 11 hits and 7 runs, still managed to strand 10 runners on base. just makes you think, how good could it have been offensively tonight on an already exquisite night at the plate? They do leave 10 men on the base paths to the Freedom's 2 men left on base. So with that, we will bring you into the broadcast booth as we segue now into our Florence Y'all's post-game show. Aaron Brody here, Troy Brody there. Saw a little bit of everything today at the ballpark. Great pitching, great hitting. Game 1 belonged to the Freedom, 13-5, but the Y'alls get the split, salvaging the day 7-4. And if you're going to win one of them, you want to win that last one. Yep. And they robbed Nick Bennett of the chance to get his first Y'alls win in the 2020 season. Craig Massey with the home run to tie it, and Bennett's last inning of work, which was the 5th inning tonight, robs him of the chance to get the win. But how about the long ball today for the Freedom up and down the order? That was one instance where the long ball came in handy to tie the game in the late stages of this one. But 8 home runs today for the Florence Freedom, up and down their order, just guys mashing it out of the park. Sky's the limit for that team offensively. There's no doubt. When you're facing a murderer's row of the likes of Dennis Pelfrey's Freedom crew here in 2020, it's easier said than done to go out and have quick innings, shut down innings after your offense scores. But Bennett certainly looked the part of a top 30 prospect for the Milwaukee Brewers at various points tonight, and we certainly look forward to him getting the chance to get that first win in a Y'alls uniform in the coming days. So aside from Nick Bennett, aside from just the mashing of home runs for the Freedom offensively, anything standing out to you in particular in these 2 games we witnessed? They came out, got on to a hot start, scored 4 runs right out of the chute, 2 runs in the first, 2 runs in the second. Ultimately, the Freedom would tie that game in the late stages with the Massey homer off Bennett, but then answering the bell before sudden death baseball could come into play here at UC Health Stadium. It was Austin Medica delivering the big knock, taking home our player of the game honors tonight. Austin Medica at first base in Game 2. He's also going to do a lot of catching this year, but talk about it a little bit. The guy was struggling, 1 for 7 coming into play today with the double. Didn't get a hit in the first game, and I believe he was 0 for going into that last at-bat with 3 strikeouts tonight, but it's always about what have you done for me lately. Medica found it within himself, stayed within himself, and ultimately got the game-winning hit, the 2 RBI single that was ultimately the difference in this game. Want to make sure we get the chance to talk about Joe Doherty a little bit as well. We talked about him in the open of the broadcast today. We highlighted him as he was highlighted as the pitcher of the week in episode 1 of the game report this week. Takes the loss tonight. The walks kind of creeped back in. That was a problem with him in the past, one that it certainly looked like he had curtailed in his first outing with the Freedom on Saturday night. But a little bit of a different Joe Doherty tonight. How do you think he responds to the adversity? No question about it. Well, we're just getting started. The Freedom and the Y'alls will play another game tomorrow at 6:35 here at UC Health Stadium. As always, the game will be broadcast right here on the Florence Y'alls YouTube channel, so make sure you are checking periodically as well throughout the week. We have the Game Report Episode 1 that I strongly encourage you to check out. We will also, starting next week, have a second show that will be slated to come out on the weekend. It'll be more of a standard coaches show with Brian White, Chad Rhodes, Dennis Pelfrey. I'm even hearing Mike Morris might get involved in the mix, as well as a couple of guys they have on their analytics team for this Battle of the Bourbon Trail as well. So plenty of good content, as always, on the Florence Y'alls YouTube channel. But we'll be back right here tomorrow with a 6:35 first pitch when these two teams, the Freedom and Y'alls, collide to see who can emerge victorious in the best-of-3 series. And that's something to look forward to tomorrow. But until then, for Troy Brody, I'm Aaron Brody signing off from UC Health Stadium. The Florence Y'alls salvage a split, and we'll have it all to decide tomorrow in Game 3 when the Freedom and Y'alls collide at 6:35. Have a fantastic rest of your night, and we'll see you back here at the ballpark tomorrow evening.